Gloucester decided to put out the first team this time against Leinster, but they still got them. My name's Mark. Let's talk rugby. Okay, so first off, some of you who watched a few of my videos from the start probably noticed that we got some new surroundings here. We're out of our pokey flat in Dublin and we've now made the move over to Spain. So I've actually got a pretty nice space here to record in for you guys. And those of you who complained about the kitchen in the background and stuff from Dublin, hopefully you'll be happy with that. I'm certainly happy with the setup here. Also, got a nice new shirt. It was a birthday present from my wife. So I'm very happy with this as a Leinster fan. And my aim actually with the shirts is to get one for each of the URC teams. Now, it's probably going to take me a number of seasons to actually be able to do that, but that's the aim. So starting with my home province, and I have a couple of the other Irish provinces as well that I acquired just before we left Ireland. I couldn't find, though, I wanted to get the Ulster, the yellow Ulster shirt that they have for this season, but couldn't find that for love nor money in Dublin, but hopefully I can get that one online. And then after that, then I'm going to, through the next few seasons, try and acquire shirts for the other URC teams as well. But let's get to this game. So Leinster side for this one was pretty stacked, pretty close to a full team. There's still no Sexton. Obviously, he's got that problem with his cheek. Should be back for the Six Nations though. Furlong still out at the minute as well. So we're seeing actually Cian Healy, his switch to the tight side has come at a pretty good stage for Leinster actually. Then we got Baird is still continuing at 6 rather than the second row, which means that Doris was at 8 and then Conan on the bench. But yeah, looking at the team, like a lot of Irish internationals in there. Gloucester do have their first team out, as I said in the intro as well. So, was expecting a pretty decent game between two really good sides. So Leinster have a really quick start to the game. They go, they have a 5-metre line out to go off the top to James Ryan coming around on the loop. And then he just has tons of running options either side of him to be able to put someone through. He picks Osborne. Osborne then passes on to Larmour, and Larmour just slices through the Gloucester defence like they're not there. And you can just see how many options Leinster had there. It felt like, whatever Gloucester were going to do in defence, Leinster just looked like they had the key to open it up. So he goes under the post, unopposed, is converted by Ross Byrne, and we're 7-0 to Leinster within like 3 or 4 minutes of the start. Then Osborne puts in a nice break from just inside the Gloucester half to within he got scragged about 5 metres out from the Gloucester line. He was kind of second man out, like out wide on the wing, but decides to cut back inside through a gap. And then Gloucester do manage to bring him down and slow it down, but they did it illegally. Atkinson was offside, so he gets a yellow card for his troubles and 10 minutes in the bin. Leinster then from the penalty decide to tap it, and again they've got plenty of running options for the ball carrier, but they pick out Alatoa and he goes under straight under the post, again untouched for the second try to Leinster. That's converted by Byrne as well, and we're 14-0 and already looking ominous for Gloucester, and can kind of see why Gloucester decided to send that second team over to Dublin in the reverse fixture, because if this is what's going to happen to the first team, then they're probably thinking for that Dublin game that, what's the point in sending the first team over just to get absolutely destroyed? But still, I still maintain that if you want to compete against the best in Europe, you've got to play them year on year with your first team and learn from those mistakes and develop your own players and have them see, what the level is that they need to get to win a competition like this. But as I said, I can kind of see a little bit more of why they did decide to send a second team out there. But it's always disappointing when teams do that. It depends actually. Like if the second team can perform, then that's fair enough. But if they're just going over to get absolutely destroyed, then no. Because we have seen Leinster in the past send second teams up against opponents' first teams and win as well. But Gloucester just as a squad are not up to that standard. But Gloucester do hit back, so they've got their own 5-metre line out. They go to the Mall. The Mall makes really good progress, but gets halted, gets brought down just before the line. But it was illegal from Leinster, so we have a yellow card to Porter, and then the referee awards a penalty try as well. So it's 14-7 at that stage. So Gloucester, back within touch there, but Leinster just kick on from here during the yellow card period. So they have a line out just outside the 22. They make some progress, just inside the 22, gets halted. So then they decide to spread it. Gibson Park picks out Osborne. He goes through a gap and then just steps to cover the fence to go over and score again without anyone laying a hand on him. And like Osborne, he's been very impressive this season. It feels like it's a real breakthrough season for him. He's getting more starts and he's doing it on the big stage in Europe here as well. So it's nice to see that happen there, because we're used to in these big games of the centre pairing being Henshaw and Ringrose, and then maybe like Jimmy O'Brien coming into cover. But now they've got Osborne there as an option for big games as well. So that's looking good for him and for Leinster. So that is converted around 21-7 then to Leinster. And then a very kind of Leinster thing happens at the end of the half. So we're deep into the red, where a lot of teams would think, okay, like we're 5 minutes over, just get the ball off, get in at half time and then just add to the score in the second half. But Leinster are just ruthless. So they want to get that bonus point try before half time. So they keep going deep into the red. They have a penalty close to the line. They tap. Sheehan carries it well up to within a couple of meters of the line. And then they recycle it to get the ball to Doris. He has Ryan on his back and he goes over for that fourth try, in the bonus point just in the stroke of half time is converted, and we're at 28-7. And yeah, Leinster just the superior team all around really in that first half, and in the second half kind of continues in the same vein as well. So again, Leinster, they've worked their way deep into the 22. They spread the ball out wide. Maloney is so Baird puts in a carry, and then Maloney has to step in at scrum half. So he passes on to Ross Byrne, who does the tip pass onto Keenan outside, and then Keenan then kind of flirts with the touchline as he goes around Burton to score. He is in field, so no problem with the try. That again is converted, and we're 35-7 at that stage. Gloucester then get their second try, and it's pretty much a carbon copy of the first try in the first half. So again, they have that 5 metre line out, go to the maul, Leinster bring it down illegally. This time it's Doris who gets the yellow card in 10 minutes in the bin, but it's a penalty try to Gloucester, and we're at 35-14. But then again, with 14 men, Leinster kick on and score again. So Kelleher goes quickly from a line out. He exchanges passes with Van der Fleer, goes very close to the line, and then the ball's recycled. Van der Fleer is at the back. He picks and goes, and he gets himself over. Harry Byrne adds on the extras. He's on for his brother Ross at this stage, and it's good to see him getting some game time in these big European games as well. And, you know, Leinster still not done at this stage. They put the ball through the hands and are looking to find space out wide on the right wing. But Carreras does one of these slap down intercepts, so he gets himself a yellow card for a little knock on. Leinster then into the 22. They get the line out, set up the maul, and the maul just kind of set up, and then they just burst through the Gloucester resistance. There was no real like pause and then go. It was all kind of in one motion, and Kelleher is at the back with the ball. He scores, and then Harry Byrne adds on the extras to make it 49-14, and that's how we finished. Gloucester did try, like in the last minute or so, to get another consolation try, like they tried to spread the ball, but they were stuck in their own 22 and just ended up petering out to kick the ball out. And yeah, so like Leinster really showing why they're one of the favourites for this competition, and they're going to be very hard to beat in the knockout stages. Gloucester are going to need a win in the final round of games to have any kind of chance of going through. And then Leinster, their last game is against Racing in Dublin. They're going to look to win that and get themselves as high a seeding as they can and get that home draw as deep into the competition as possible.